Hi guys, welcome back to Origami Twist. My name's Jen, and in today's video we're going to make a Sliceform Christmas ornament. I have designed this one, so if you share it, please give me copyright credit for it and design credit. And please send a link to this actual video if you are sharing it on a blog or Facebook, that sort of thing. I really appreciate it. And let's get slicing. So the ingredients you'll need for this project are 12 tea bag folding tiles or 2-inch squares. In this case, I'm using squares from the Emerald collection from origamitwist.com. I have a link in the description box below. I designed all of these and I'm quite proud of them. I did receive a message recently that the image for her wasn't printing out as nice as she'd like it to. These are 300 DPI images. They are very high quality. If you're having trouble with either the color or the quality of the image, I would suggest actually bringing it to Officeworks or Staples or an office supply store that has a high quality color printer or a high quality color copier, and have them print them out on that. These were printed out on my laser printer, and as you can see, very, very high quality. You shouldn't have an issue with it, provided the printer quality is high enough. And if you, as always, if you do, send me a message, because I'd be happy to work through it with you, see if we can sort out what's going on. Okay, so ingredients that you're going to need for this project. So, tea bag folding tiles, glue stick, a pair of scissors, ideally scissors that have a very fine point, and you'll see why in a little bit, and some cardstock in order to create a template. Cardstock or light cardboard to create a template. Okay, so first things first, we need to create the template. So we need to do a little bit of folding, and what we're going to do is take one edge, bring it up to the other edge and crease. Open it up and turn it 90 degrees and do the same thing in order to make a plus shaped crease in your paper. Then you're going to bring the edge into that center line on both sides. And be very, very careful to be accurate with this, because it's going to make a huge difference to the end results. Sometimes we do projects and I say, oh, don't worry about it too much, it's not a big deal. This time it's actually a big deal. I went through 4 prototypes designing this. It's a big deal. So you want it to be as accurate as possible. Okay, and then one more here and one more here. So and again, turn it 90 degrees and fold both edges into the middle. So when you're finished, you'll end up with 3 lines going one way and 3 lines going the other way. And when you glue it to the cardstock to create your template, you want to be able to see those lines, because we're going to be cutting into them further once the 2 pieces are glued together. So I'm actually going to glue it picture side down so I can see the lines really well. And a little glue stick will take care of that. Make sure you get it right out to the corners so it doesn't lift up. Glue it straight down and let it dry. Once dry, cut around the square. So once your 2 pieces are glued together and dry on your template, you're going to cut on one side of your template. You're going to cut that middle line all the way up to the middle, and then a teeny tiny bit past it, just like this. Then you're going to rotate it 180 degrees so that cut is on the other side, and you're going to cut into the 2 outside lines. So not the middle one, the 2 outside ones. And again, straight in and then a little bit past the middle, and straight in and a little bit past the middle, just like that. Okay, once that's done, you'll have 2 cuts on one side, 1 in the middle on the other side, and your template is completed. Now let's prepare the tea bag folding tiles. So I have a surface to glue on, and pair up 6 pairs for a total of 12 squares of tea bag folding tiles. And then what you're going to do is glue the 2 pattern sides together like this. Now if you're using plain paper and not using tea bag folding tiles, you still want it to have a double thickness. It creates more stability in the final shape. So just glue 2 pieces together or 2 different colors, whatever, be creative. So all the way around the outside and in the middle, because you want them to stick properly all the way around, and then glue them together. So now it's like a double-sided square. Okay, while that dries and whatnot, I'm going to go through all the rest of them. I'll fast forward this part so you don't have to watch all of it, but you do need to make, again, 6 pairs. Okay, once you've made your 6 double-sided tea bag folds, we're now going to cut into them using our template. You're going to line your template up perfectly with the square behind it and hold it really tight, but not so tight that it bends. And then you're going to follow those cut lines. And this is actually why we went a little bit further with it, because when you cut into it, your scissors won't actually cut right to the edge on the piece below. So that's what that extra little bit is for. So you're going to cut into it in the middle. Make sure it's lined up for each cut. It's very important that they are lined up. And do it again. And then same thing with the third one. Again, it's imperative that the lines match for each cut. Okay, once that's finished, then you're going to do 5 more. And I'll fast forward through this. And we will put it all together. Okay, before we attach them all together, there is one more small thing that needs to happen. I found when creating the prototypes that they are really tight if you've just cut into it and not done anything else to them. So the connectors are really tight. So what I'm doing is just shaving off a teeny tiny little bit off of each side of each of these cuts. Now I'm talking the width of your 2 pages glued together space. It's just enough to have a tiny little gap. Let's see if I can show you how small. There we go. See if I can show you how small. See how it's just a little tiny bit, just enough to get them to attach to each other without creating a gap. So I'm going to fast forward through that as well. You don't need to watch me slicing the edges off of these cuts, but just as I said before, this is a fairly technical project. It's well worth it though. Technical as far as detail, it's not actually that hard. Okay, there we go. We have all of the pieces to our little puzzle. And now we are going to attach them together and create our final form. Oh, and by the way, I didn't mention before, but this ornament will store flat, which is kind of neat. You can put it in with your Christmas cards and things. That'll be kind of fun. Okay, so these kind of work a little bit like Legos. You may have even already realized how they attach together, but I'll run you through it really quickly so that you can complete it. So when it's all said and done, you've got 3 rows of cards going in one direction and 3 rows of cards going in the other direction. You need to have 1 back card, and then we're going to put in the 3 cards for the other direction, and then it'll be a little bit like weaving. We'll weave in the next card, and then we'll weave in the 3rd card to create the model. So we'll start on the right hand side with the 2 cuts facing down and the single cut facing up, and in your left hand, and then the card in your right hand will have the 2 cards, or the 2 slices going up and the bottom slice facing down. And then we're going to hook the 2 cards, the 2 furthest ones away from you, together, just like that. Okay? Then we're going to take the next card, and keeping in mind we're working with this last slice on the card, and now we're working with the middle slice of the anchor card. We're going to have the 2 pieces facing down. So the cut on the end needs to be facing down, the slice on the end needs to be facing down, going into that vertical slice. And as you can see, it stands on its own already, and we've only got 3 cards. We're only 3 cards down. The last one, the 2 slices are facing up, single slice facing down, and the last slice on the card is facing down. So that up slice is going to hook in with that down slice, just like that. And if you're not sure, definitely pause between each step, and that may help you a lot. Okay, I tried attaching these in several different ways when I was designing it, and I found that the easiest way to add the next two cards was to anchor the middle part and then attach the outside pieces. So we're going to hold the fifth card, or the second card in this row coming towards you, with the center slice facing down and the two outside slices facing up. And then we're going to push these two outside cards out of the way a little bit and go down on the middle card of the three that are already there and the center slice, and they intersect just like that. Okay, and now we're going to intersect the outside ones. So remember, you're working with the middle slice, which is the one facing down for the outside pieces and facing up for this piece that we're trying to connect. So I'm going to do the right first, and you just have to sort of finagle it and lock it into place. And then on this side, again, with the middle slice facing down and the outside slice facing up, stick them together. And then, as you can see, it's a little wonky. That's okay. You're just going to sort of tap down on it and everything will go into place. And see how beautifully those all connect with each other? That's because we made that little tiny slice off the edge when creating each of the cards for this. Okay, so we're literally almost done. It's that easy. Very straightforward. Again, step by step by step, and go back and watch it again if you need to. If you follow it exactly the way I'm describing it, you should be fine. So again, for this last card, we're going to be working with this middle piece first. So we're looking at the middle slice, which is going to be facing up, because if you look at this middle card here, the slice on that card for the end one is facing down. So once again, push everything out of the way and slide that middle slice onto the outside, like so. And then connect the outside ones. So this last card, the slice on the outside is facing down for both sides, and the slice on the ends here is facing up. So we're just going to connect the slices just like that. And same thing here. There we go. This is a great project to do in front of the TV, especially if you're making a whole bunch of them, because you can just cut them all in, cut a whole bunch of them, sell them at Christmas fair, Christmas fairs or whatever. It'd be great. And the way that I've designed it is so that it should, or it shouldn't, just slide apart while it's on the tree. Because they're interlocked in the way that they are, they should stay interlocked and in storage and whatnot, so that you shouldn't have to worry about it later down the track. Now, if you want to mix and match it in the future, or maybe try to make a bigger display of them or something, they certainly can be taken apart, as you can tell, as I'm sure you'll see when you make one. They're not glued together or anything, but they are relatively locked in place. Okay, so then you just take a little paper punch or something and punch a hole in one of the corners like so, and hang it on your Christmas tree. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please like the video if you enjoy videos like this. Check out my origamitwist.com for all kinds of tea bag folding tiles. Again, this one's from the Emerald collection, but there are lots of options if you don't like this color on the site. And I hope you enjoy. We'll see you again soon for the next video, and take care, guys. Bye-bye.